Question for the proponents. What do you attribute the weak controls in planning and oversight that led to Measure S being placed on the ballot?
Just so you know, I'm a big affordable housing advocate, and I actually sue agencies for failing to preserve affordable housing and to require affordable housing. And I really appreciate the work that you do to focus on nonprofit affordable housing, because I think it's absolutely essential. I'm a big fan of RSO housing, rent stabilized housing. I think that's truly affordable housing, and I think you would agree with that, I would hope. Truly affordable housing, rent stabilized housing means stable communities. We have lost over the last 15 years 22,000 of rent stabilized units. We will never get those back because the state has told us we can't have rent stabilization. So we have a situation where developers are coming in and they're speculating on our land, especially on rent stabilized units, and they think I can come in and I can get a special deal if I give a donation to the council member or a planning commissioner, and I can change the zoning and get an upzoning, kick all the rent stabilized people out, flip my property, make a luxury development, and make a killing. And that's what's going on. We have a big problem with rampant real estate speculation. I believe if Measure S passes, that our affordable housing, our real affordable housing developers will have a better shot at doing more affordable housing. You know why? Because it's going to get rid of, hopefully, at least it'll tamp down on the rampant real estate speculation, open up the opportunity for true affordable housing developers such as these people to get their plans processed through the planning department. Because right now the planning department's interested in helping people who have the most money get their development projects through. We've got a problem and we need to equal the playing field, and that's what Measure S does.
Thank you. Your response?
Measure S does nothing to protect rent-stabilized units. I'm a renter. I live in a rent-stabilized unit. I'm very grateful for it. But the fact is, rent stabilization is only good for buildings that were built before 1979. And so presently, we have 638,000 units. 75% of those units were built before 1979. These are old units that are falling apart. Landlords can no longer take care of them. Because we have a vacancy rate in the city of Los Angeles of 3%, there's a great demand. And so if they can't get the rents that they need, they're going to Ellis Act it, which is not something that's responsible to the city of Los Angeles. And then you're going to find yourself, it's going to be a great deal of pressure to remove these from being rent stabilized because of the need.
Yeah, it absolutely does affect rent stabilized units. I'm a land use lawyer. I'm suing developers, speculators all the time on behalf of community organizations. And I'll tell you right now, with the general plan amendments and spot zoning that the city council and planning department are allowing, what that does is it incentivizes real estate speculators to buy up these properties and convert them to luxury housing. And that is what's going on. I see it all over. I represent tenants who are evicted under the Ellis Act. That should be, I would like to invite you to please help us get the city to amend the Ellis Act implementation ordinance, close those loopholes, exempt the small lot subdivision ordinance from applying to rent stabilized properties, help us to preserve the existing affordable housing, and we want to help you build more truly affordable housing because you're the real affordable housing developers.
Nick?
And that's why Measure S has an exemption for 100% affordable housing projects. That's why it has that.